MARIKINA Ladies Shoemasters. Opposite hitter number 1, Shanali Palek. Outside hitter number 3, Celine Dagaran. Another outside hitter number 6, Liam Linguaje. Setter number 12, Raven Sarte. Middle blocker number 18, Mia Aguila. Another middle blocker number 19, Eloy Balmedina. And their starting libero is number 13, Carla Concepcion. Coaching for the Ladies Shoemasters is Revi Villoquinto. Now let's meet the starters for the Binyan Tatak Shell Arellano University Lady Chiefs. Middle blocker number 2, Sam Tira Tira. Outside hitter number 7, Laika Tudlasan. Middle blocker number 13, Faye Manguban. Setter number 15, Kat Dumasig. Opposite hitter number 18, Chris Servidal. Outside hitter number 21, Yen Sabadal. And their starting libero is number 12, Harim Ceballos. The coach for the Lady Chiefs is Obet Javier.
It is match number 2. And ito, ating starting lineups: Sarte, Balmedina, Aguila, Dagarat, Lenguaje, Palek, and Concepcion para sa Marikina. At para naman sa Binyan, Dumasig, Tira-Tira, Mangubat, Tudlasan, Sabanal, Servidad, and Ceballos. Marikina and Binyan, both teams looking to continue solid performances dito sa ating round number 2. It is Marikina wanting to get back in the win column. Itong Binyan naman looking to solidify their top 3 seed. Shaneli Palek of Marikina, Laika Tudlasan of Binyan are set to go at it. It is match number 2 of our Sunday triple header rather. Mula po yan dito sa Das Marinas Arena. Nico Aaron alongside Pons Galvez and Rhea Raagas at courtside. And Pons kanina, ganda ng match na yun. Quezon winning that one, and Quezon Pasay, good fight. But this one, it is Marikina and Binyan, a lot to look forward to.
Definitely still an exciting match, and Dumasig starting it off with a dump ball. Followed up by a service ace. So 2 straight points right away from Dumasig.
And Binyan now is currently 7-3 dito sa ating team standings. They are solo at the number 3 spot, top 3 spot in our tournament right now. So ngayon, ang objective nila dito, gusto mapantili ang top 3 spot. Para naman sa Marikina, they have a win in this tournament. They want to get back doon sa ating win column.
Yes, Marikina had their historic first win in round 1 against Caloocan, but so far hindi pa nasusundan, and of course they want to add to that by the end of the preliminaries.
But it is Binyan now, Pons. Hot start dito. 4 consecutive points for Binyan.
Yes, you really see the aggressiveness sa umpisa pa lang nitong Binyan. Quick attack to Tira-Tira, tried to be contained by Marikina, but they're unable so far.
Marikina, the younger squad here, of course, wanting to get back sa win column. Sarte chooses Palek, a little short there. 5 straight points for Binyan.
Palek really tried to put a lot of power in that attack, but there was not enough elevation.
Samantha Tira-Tira at the front row. Alam natin, Pons, how much of a threat she is mula doon. Dagarat, good hit. We go to Palek, a little short. And it is a 6-0 run for Binyan.
2 consecutive attack errors from Palek. And, maybe there's some first set jitters for Marikina.
Yun yung mga pag young team ano, Pons, you know, they gotta take some time to warm up here. Pero alam natin itong Marikina, daming potential nito.
Yes, these are young players who have shown a lot of skill all throughout the 2 rounds of the preliminaries. And of course, the coaches, ang gusto lang din naman nila is ma-unleash nitong players nila yung potential nila here in the MPVA.
And speaking of potential, she shows us what she can do right there. Bal Medina, a threat from the front row.
That was an emphatic first point for Marikina, a statement first point. Because it's not really easy to execute quick attacks, but it's showing that they're really capable as well.
Back-to-back points. Good start para kay Bal Medina.
Bal Medina, she may be a shorter middle blocker as compared to tira-tira of the Binyan side. Pero minsan, ang importante rin kasi in middles is yung timing mo, yung alertness mo.
Oh, good save there. Free ball. Tira-tira right through the blockers.
Tira-tira, another successful quick attack. The Domasic tira-tira connection is here. Great set.
Kaya naman, that leads us to our first technical timeout in set number 1.
You are still watching us live here at Dasmariñas City, Cavite. I am still Rhea Raagas reporting courtside. And you know what, Nico and Fons? Earlier, I spoke with Bridget Martinez, the queen of the court from the Lady Shoe Masters during their previous game against this very same opponent in Binyan. Bridget mentioned to me that she is still trying to fully recover from her ankle injury. Yung priority niya is her recovery, but despite not being in peak condition, motivated pa rin siya to play because she wants to help the Lady Shoe Masters in establishing that chemistry that the team have been working on, especially in matches na malaki yung potential for growth and learning like what you guys talked about. For her, this game is less about being perfect and more about giving what she can, playing smart, and of course, supporting her team in every possible way. What do you guys think?
Thank you so much, Rhea Raagas, with that story. And nabanggit nga niya, Pons, Bridget Martinez, of course, she's back on the floor, but, you know, may iniindi siya, yung ankle injury na yon. But good to see her smiling pa rin, in good spirits. And yun nga, coach will take whatever she could give, 50%, 70%. Whatever she could put on the floor, she will give for Marikina.
And you could really sense how gritty she is as a player kasi kahit may injury siya, she still wants to play.
That's good to see there. Positive side para sa Shoe Masters. So far, they still have a 6-point deficit to catch up to. Slowly but surely, they're doing that.
Binyan committing a couple of errors in the past few minutes. This time, the set was a little too close to the net. The momentum cannot be stopped by Sabanal.
Solid start for the number 3 seed Binyan. They have a 5-point advantage here in set 1. Free ball. Good pickup there. Just unable to return it.
Sabanal bumawi agad-agad. She was the recipient of that set, the combination play. Of course, she did not fail Domasic in that instance.
Six-point advantage for the number 3 seed. Tudlasan. Oh, good block. But that's a point still for Binyan.
Back-to-back points by Sabanal. She's not a usual starter for Binyan, but she's definitely showing up today. We could notice parang kalahati nitong players ng Binyan ay ang usual starters, while the coach is also giving opportunity to his other players to have some playing time.
Oh, strong hit. Nabanggit mo nga, playing time, Pons. These players right now really capitalizing doon sa opportunity na binibigay sa kanila ni Coach Obet.
Servidad and Sabanal definitely not wasting the chance being given to them by the coach.
Kaya naman, napa-timeout dito ang Marikina. Makinig tayo.
Huwag nyo intindihin yung score. Okay? Intindihin nyo yung ginagawa nyo. Mia, kung malayo ka ba o malapit sa net pag nagbablock ka. At the same time, yung sa'yo, Liam, kung ganun ba yung block mo o naka-ganun lang. Okay? Doon muna tayo sa basic.
Back to basics. Very important message dun, Pons, by head coach Revy Pio Quinto dito sa Marikina, no? Good thing to polish on those habang maaga pa.
And also, so Coach Revy a while ago instructing Palek to just adjust her shots kasi nakailang net balls din siya.
Oh, and good point there by Lenguaje coming off the timeout.
That's what you want to see from a coach. Na nag-convert agad yung player mo right away after a timeout. Lenguaje. Excellent, yung tapang sa atake na yun, knowing that you have two tall blockers in front of you.
Good pickup. Back-to-back points. Scoring is the language of Lenguaje.
2 consecutive points for Lenguaje. We also saw Coach Revy kanina, tinuturuan si Lenguaje how to attack the block. Depende daw kung gaano nakapayong yung block. And right now, definitely, nababasa niya ng maayos yung block and she sees it as a good opportunity to challenge the net defense of Marikina. Of Binyan, rather.
Back-to-back points para dito sa Marikina. Coming off the timeout, good response by this young squad. It's still a 6-point game. Digged up by Concepcion. Lero gives a free ball. Ooh, napalakas doon. It is a touch though. Point will still go to Binyan.
Sabanal this time going off the block route. That's another opportunity to score. Another way, hindi kailangan lahat na dik-dik na bola.
7-point lead. It's like Tudlasan, one of the main leaders para dito sa Binyan, looking to keep her team sharp as the number 3 seed in our tournament right now. And so far, it has been all Binyan so far.
Yes, Binyan more than doubling the scoring output of Marikina, which is only 6 points.
Lero chooses Lenguaje. She's met by the blockers. Palek, medyo short doon. And point will go to Binyan.
That was another attacking error from Palek. But we could also notice na unti-unting nag-a-adjust na rin yung Binyan sa atake ni Lenguaje. Couple of blocks on her.
Lero tries to get that 1-2 play through. Oh, but it is Mangubat being that threat.
Another very tall presence from Binyan. Mangubat this time. A power tip to score that point.
Ginagawa ngayon ni Coach Obet Pons, he's really playing his second unit mostly. Tsaka yung bench niya really wanting to utilize and get the rhythm dito. It's good to see players like Mangubat, Segovia, and everyone else getting a chance here. And so far, they have been performing well. They lead us to our timeout.
Sabanal with her 4th point of the game just in this first set. Very good contribution. Really proving na deserve rin niya yung playing time from coach.
That leads us to our second technical timeout. Sa ating mga kaliga, you could catch all the games live and free exclusively on pusup.com. Your game, your community, join now. That is powered by Smart, the official telco partner of the MPVA. And special thanks to our media partners, Smart Sports and Puso Pilipinas. Happy Sunday mga kaliga sa lahat ng patuloy na sumusuporta dito sa MPVA. We are here inside the Dasmariñas Arena. Nico Aaron alongside Ponce Galvez and Rhea Raagas at courtside. At hatid po namin ang ating Sunday triple header. Right now, it is Marikina and Binyan, our second match. Binyan with a 11-point advantage. Lero crosses it over there. Oh, nakapuntos doon ang Keisha Lero getting herself on the board.
Pero just very smart with that, pushing it towards zone number 5. But also it was Tudlasan. She misread that ball. She was already there, but she thought it was sailing out.
Napangiti na lang si Laika doon. She knew that one was going in. But they still have a 10-point lead. Martinez back on the floor. Good block by Marikina. Lero. Oh, that's a touch. Point will go to Binyan.
Marikina committing a lot of errors in this first set. Definitely not helping their cause because they're also having a hard time producing their own points. But also it's a good sign seeing team captain Martinez, Bridget Martinez, now in the court. So she could definitely be the spark plug that the team needs.
Service line, it is Faye Mangubat. Trying to make her mark off the bench. Oh, but also making her mark. Celine Dagarat has been solid for the Shoemasters.
Yeah, Dagarat, a lot of breakout games in the past. You could really see na palaban itong batang to. And definitely kakailangan nila yun in this game. Especially since they're facing the third seed team.
It is now Mia Aguila at the service line. We've seen spectacular showings from her as well. Para dito sa Marikina in their previous matches. She's proven that she can also be another key piece for the Shoemasters moving forward. They have a 10-point lead to make up for. Make that 11 after that score from Laika Tudlasan.
That set to Laika Tudlasan was far from the net. All she had to do was adjust and put that ball in. But that was a great placement from Laika.
Mangubat now back at the service line. Lero. Dagarat. And same spot, same result for Celine Dagarat.
Yes, Dagarat, same as Lenguaje, ang tapang. Seeing that you have two blockers in front of you, pero she used her speed and her power to get that ball through.
A lot of weapons itong Marikina. Good serve by Lero. Go to Martinez. Good save by Binyan. Oh, and tira. Just hard to get through that one. She scores it for Binyan.
Height is definitely might for Tira. Also, we have to credit some of that, part of that point to Gelaga for her aggressiveness in the floor. Of course, Tira, one of the best blockers in this league. Also one of the tallest players in this league.
And now Binyan is at the 20-point mark. 5 points away from taking set number 1. Oh, almost there. Marikina able to get that one back.
Marikina, this set is not yet over, but it's definitely a big lead to try to trim down. It's also something you could do is definitely build momentum heading into the second set.
Celine Dagarat, one of the high scorers now for Marikina. Good serve there. They get another point.
Couple of errors for Binyan, giving Marikina a chance to mount a comeback.
Bridget Martinez back on the floor as well para sa Lady Shoe Masters. Good reception by Tudlasan. They go back. Lenguaje this time. Ako naman daw, sabi niya.
Yes, this time she did not have to challenge the blockers. She found the space at the right side. And that's what she used to score. Nilakasan lang din talaga and used the cross-court angle for that point.
Third consecutive trip for Celine Dagarat at that service line. Good reception. Lero, back to Lenguaje. And that's out. Point will go to Binyan.
That was called out. But her teammates wanting to contest, saying that there was a touch.
From their angle, it looked like a touch, but the referee's eyes say otherwise. So Binyan now at a 9-point advantage. Like a Tudlasan, good service. Oh, Martinez! Nabawi agad yung puntos na yon.
That's what we're waiting for from the captain. Bridget Martinez with a smart, well-placed cross-court shot. So both teams from the outside, from both wing spikers rather, from Marikina, from the outside and opposite, just using the cross-court angles to score.
8-point ball game. Lero saw that one. They go back to Martinez. Medyo kinulang lang dun.
That was another error. That was also a low set, but Martinez still tried to force the issue. She was unsuccessful in keeping that ball alive.
9-point lead for Binyan. It started off well dito, Pons. Ang ganda nung umpisa nila sa laro. Marikina able to rally back, but so far it has been Binyan with the answers. Lero. They go to Lenguaje. Same spot. Same result.
Lenguaje now with 4 points. And this time, ang ginamit naman niya is the down-the-line angle. What a great shot. Great elevation as well. Very high leaper and great contact from Lenguaje.
Yung built ni Lenguaje and Dagarat Pons, they're very identical, no? Athletic body types, but the way they play is also very stellar.
Definitely, this 1-2 punch from Marikina could definitely give them a better, start to the second set. They're building momentum heading into the next frame.
Sheena Cafe now at the service line. Free ball, hatid ng Marikina. Oh, solid cross-court hit.
That was Gelaga with a mean left-handed shot.
And that was a power spike presented by Smart Power All 99 load now. It is the others stepping up for Binyan, making their moment count as we are now at set point. Lero. Oh. They try to go for Lenguaje there, but they give a free ball. They go back to Lenguaje. Right through the blockers. She loves that spot.
Lenguaje has already scored 5 big points in the first set. More than doubling her output from their first match against Binyan. She only scored 2 that time. She's really playing inspired volleyball today.
And Lenguaje now at the service line, really stepping up for Marikina, one of their young stars. And that is a back-to-back points for the Lady Shoe Masters.
Really a bright spot for the team, especially when your team captain, Bridget Martinez, is wounded. She's nursing an injury. Definitely have to step up.
Oh, too strong there for Lenguaje though, and that is why it is Binyan that takes set number 1. here in our second match. 25-16 ang naging score natin doon. More action dito sa ating pagbabalik. 25-16, yan po ang naging talaan natin dito. After our first set of action, it has been Binyan dictating that one here, Pons. Let's take a look at our highlights.
Yes, for Binyan, a lot of new names really stepping up for today. Like Sabanal, Servidad, and Mangubat. Whereas for the side of Marikina, mostly Lenguaje stepping up for the team. And it's good to see her come out of her shell today. So for both teams, it's really just a matter of playing their system. We've seen how Marikina could work well, how their system, their offensive system works. Yung tapang nila when it comes to challenging the blocks of their opponents. It's just a matter of consistency and lessening their errors. Whereas for, of course, for Binyan, who scored, take a look at that, 11 attacks for Marikina, Binyan 12.
Yeah.
So not much difference. But the alarming statistic is that they did not score any blocks, no aces, and 10 opponent errors. So Marikina, they have a lot of bright spots na pwede nilang panghugutan heading into the second set. And for Binyan, you just want to stay consistent and play like how you played in the first set.
So we are about to find out, will those adjustments be made here in set number 2? Nico Aaron alongside Ponce Galvez and Rhea Ragas at courtside here inside the beautiful, colorful city of Dasmariñas, Cavite.
Take a look at that. Like at Tudlasan, the elevation and the power, you really see how she used her body to harness all that power.
And starting things off for us here in set 2 between Marikina and Binyan. Of course, Binyan ang ating number 3 seed dito sa tournament. They want to stay there and continue staying sharp as we enter the playoffs. At ito namang Marikina wanting to get back in the win column and continue to end their latter part of the season strong. So far, it has been Sam Tira-Tira and the entire Binyan showcasing their dominance so far.
That was a really tough matchup. Lero versus Tira-Tira. And with the height of Tira-Tira and her skill level, it's really hard to penetrate that.
Good hit. Lero, we go to Balmedina. Oh, good drop shot. Mula kay number 18, Crisanta Servidad.
Servidad outsmarting the Marikina offense in that rally. It was starting to build up. The rally is getting longer. So what she had to do was just find the open spot.
Good service. Oh, good point there. Of course, you go to Dagarat if you need a point. First point for Marikina sa set 2.
That was well placed, but also misread by the defense of Binyan. They thought it was going out. Kaya iniwasan yung bola.
Service naman, it is Balmedina. Good dig there. Lero. Back-to-back points. Celine Dagarat.
That is something that you could do as if you were Marikina. Just find the open spots. So we could notice ang dami ring nadidig kasi na strong attacks nitong Binyan. But if you vary your offense or the type of attacks that you give out, mas mahirapan silang basahin yung opensa nyo.
Oh, good start for the Marikina Lady Shoe Masters. 3 consecutive points. Service ace.
That was a great float serve by Balmedina. Also kanina gusto ko nang banggitin, you do not want to give a 4-0 start to Binyan. But now it's good that the Marikina was able to string up 3 consecutive points.
And they get a free ball here, Pons. Martinez, they go to Dagarat again. Oh, but that time, like a Tudlasan, takes matters into her own hands.
Binyan, you have your go-to woman in the front row. Well, why not give the ball to her, and Tudlasan not failing her setter.
And Laika Tudlasan, one of the leaders para dito sa number 3 ranked Binyan. And
That was a rotational fault
yeah.
for Marikina. Sayang kasi this nabawi na nila yung malaking lamang kanina, and now these uncharacteristic errors, giving back the huge lead to Binyan.
4 points now for number 7, Laika Tudlasan. Really showing up. And that's been her calling card dito, Pons. That when they need scoring, they know who to go to. Oh, good block. But better attack by Servidad.
That block hit the antenna. That's why the point goes to Servidad and the rest of Binyan. We mentioned Laika Tudlasan had 4 points, but of course we know she's more than capable of scoring more than that. But the thing is kasi, si Domasig is really spreading out the offense to the likes of Servidad and the other, second stringers of Binyan.
Speaking of points, Pons, Laika Tudlasan showing us she could score from a service line. She gives us an ace. 8-3 is our score in our first technical timeout.
You are still watching us live here at Dasmariñas City, Cavite for the 2025 MPVA. And earlier, Coach Obet, during that huddle after set number 1, remained calm and composed and just letting the girls talk through, including the second stringers who had started the match for him. Coach Obet set the tone with quiet confidence, reaffirming his trust sa kanyang players. In fact, yung specific instructions lang ni Coach Obet were more on maintaining the momentum that they were able to establish during set number 1. Now, with a strong start so far, let's see if they will be able to sustain this momentum here at the second set. Back to you guys.
Thank you so much. That was Rhea Raagas, our courtside reporter. Coach Obet, Pons, very steady pa rin. You have to appreciate the trust na binibigay niya dito kahit mga second stringers dito sa match na to. They've been able to show up, and yung confidence na binibigay din niya sa mga girls.
Yes, you really see the confidence sa sistemang binuo rin, of course, ni Coach Obet. And this is just the best avenue para makita yung system na when your second stringers are playing, parang wala rin nagbago. You're still playing at a very high level.
And so far, Coach Obet and his squad have rise to the occasion. It is 9-5, 4-point advantage for the number 3 ranked Binyan.
This is definitely a much better showing, a much better start for Marikina in the second set because hindi nila hinahayaang lumaki yung lamang.
You do not want to do that. And an ace. Once again, Dagarat showing us she could score as well from the service line.
The outside hitters of Marikina are definitely the main gunners for today. Dagarat and Lenguaje have been the most consistent on the white side.
A 3-point affair. But that goes back to 4 after that error dito. If you're Marikina, Pons, heading into this set, what's something na na-appreciate mo sa adjustments nila, and what's something you're hoping na kaya pa na re-adjust moving forward?
I think they're sort of unfazed in this set. Parang alam nilang kaya nilang lumaban. Alam nilang they could find ways para masira yung depensa ng Binyan. So it's just a matter of minimizing their errors once again.
But that time,
This time it was Punzalan. A usual starter for Binyan. Punzalan with the block that time. This time an ace.
and service ace. Binyan just enjoying themselves. 6-point advantage. But Lenguaje says, let me make that 5.
Another great attack from Lenguaje. Her efficiency is very high today. Almost all of her attacks are being converted. Take a look at that. Just a great angle. A great cross-court shot.
Lenguaje, Dagarat, Palek, a lot of potential. Even Martinez for Marikina. But that time, Domasig just finding the opening.
That was an unfortunate instance. I think Lera was expecting Palek to get that second ball. Because usually, pag first ball ay setter, ang libero yung nagsiset ng second ball.
6-point lead. Make that a 7-point lead for Binyan.
Another point from Punsalan. This 1-2 punch rin ni Tira-Tira at Punsalan has been very consistent for Binyan all throughout this season of the MPVA.
Grabe yung length, no, Pons, ng Binyan. You have Tira-Tira, you have Punsalan, you also have Domasig. The length of this Binyan squad. Talagang a lot of threats, especially pag nasa harap sila.
Yes, that's correct. Parang masasense mo rin talaga na yung height nila is really an advantage, especially against this Marikina, a smaller team.
They go to Tudlasan. Napalakas siya doon. Point will go back to Marikina.
Another error for Binyan. The lead is now just down to 5. But if you were Marikina, gusto mo paliitin pa yan as much as you can. Ayaw mong umabot yung Binyan ng 20-point mark na malaki pa rin yung lamang.
Marikina, still a manageable deficit here. We've seen them come back from larger ones. But it's just been shots like that from Kayceline Punzalan.
Punzalan, nakaibabaw siya sa bola. Take a look at this.
And that was a power spike presented by Smart Power. All 99 load now. Kayceline Punzalan making her mark. And right on cue, service ace ulit.
The referee still wanting to confer with the linesman. Let's see if he will overrule this decision.
And they do.
The ball is out.
Yeah.
And the point goes to Marikina.
Let's take a look at that once again.
See. That was a good float though. Yeah, but the ball was out. Good overruled decision by the referee.
It's those margins, no points in volleyball.
Yes, and there are things that the naked eye would really be hard to see. To find hard to see.
But that one is in for Antang. It is a 6-point advantage for the number 3 ranked Binyan as we head over to our second technical timeout. Back to live action here in Manny Pacquiao's MPVA. And you could catch all the games live and free exclusively on pusop.com. Your game, your community. Join now. That is powered by Smart, the official telco partner of the MPVA. And special thanks to our media partners, Smart Sports and Puso Pilipinas. Maraming salamat po sa patuloy na sumusuporta dito sa ating Manny Pacquiao's Maharlika Pilipinas Volleyball Association. Ang liga para sa lahat. Nico Aaron, Pons Galvez, and Rhea Ragas at courtside. So far, Pons, Marikina has fought valiantly, but it's been all Binyan.
Yes, a lot of effort from the side of Marikina, but Binyan still outplaying them.
Still a manageable lead though. That's a 6-point game.
But also one reason bakit medyo malapit pa rin ang score is because of the errors of Binyan. A lot of attack errors. A couple from Tudlasan as well.
Tinapon kanina pag-usapan natin Marikina, but let's talk about Binyan this time. If you're Coach Obet, syempre alam mo, you guys most likely entering the playoffs if the standings stay the same. You're still going to be the top 3 seed, ano? Of course, being one of the top seeds, what are some things you want to polish if you're Binyan in this match?
I think in the semifinals, if you're the 3rd seed, you're gonna face the 2nd seed. So you're gonna face a much tougher opponent as compared to the other teams in this league. So you really have to polish your game. Use this opportunity, the final few games of the preliminaries to polish your game. Make sure that everybody is contributing at the same time. Hindi yung nagre-rely ka lang sa isang player.
And good to see, si Coach Obet trying different combinations now. He's trying his other players to see what they can contribute, and really looking forward to their playoff run as they have a 9-point advantage. Kaya napa-timeout dito si Head Coach Revi Pioquinto ng Marikina. Let's listen in.
Pag dinulo mo dun sa wing, nalilate na siya. So, effort na lang tayo dun sa wing mo. Coverage natin, nawawala kanina pa. Ha? Effort pa tayo.
Good reminders from Coach Revi. Pons, what did you pick up from that timeout?
Yung tinuturo ni Coach yung adjustments. Yung mostly the timeout was for Lero on how she has to set the balls to her wing spikers. So, more effort daw when it comes to setting to the wings. Siguro para mas maganda yung hatid ng bola sa wings and mas may opportunity yung wing spikers na mamili kung paano nila papaluin yung bola.
Can Marikina make that adjustment? Slowly but surely trying to dig this 9-point lead. Now they're within 8. As that is De La Cruz on your screens. Jade Margaret De La Cruz.
That was a much needed, end to stop the bleeding for Marikina.
8-point lead for Binyan. That goes back to 9. Just really being a threat at that front row.
Kanina na-sub out na si, I believe, Tira-Tira, but we have De La Cruz in front. Same high quality blocks from Binyan. So it's really, ingrained in their, system as a team.
And at the service line. Oh, and that is an ace for Desela Gay Segovia. Our standouts ng recent game ng Binyan, and now she is continuing her prowess on the court. Hatid niya ang service ace na yun.
We talked about Segovia in our pre-game. Definitely a lot of quality players in this team.
Daming mahuhugutan dito ni Coach Obet for Binyan. But for Marikina, it is Marcelo right now scoring.
Team captain Bridget Martinez is back in the bench. Marcelo just smartly tipping that ball over, and she scores.
Good block there for Marikina. Good dig. Free ball. Good rally so far. Oh, Lenguaje scores once again.
Lenguaje maybe noticed that the block of De La Cruz was not pushed well enough. Just capitalized on that. If you were De La Cruz, kailangan mas i-press mo pa yung bola mo sa net. Yung arms mo rather.
And Celine Dagarat as well for Marikina, helping out Lenguaje with 6 points. And speaking of points, that one will go back to Binyan.
Yes, De La Cruz, an attack. Turned out to be a free ball na regalo. She really did not have to put much power into that. Placement shot lang ang kailangan para makuha niya yung regalo na yun.
Good shot by Jade Margaret de la Cruz. Another bright spot for Binyan. Lady Shoemasters take that point.
Lenguaje and Dagarat really playing well this entire game. Really, the Marikina squad is really relying on their outside hitters for offense today.
And Chaneli Palek, the younger sister of Shannon Palek. And that's a good service right there, forcing the error from Binyan.
Yes, Tomasig really had to adjust para maiset lang yung bola. Fortunately, it turned out to be an error sa offense.
Chaneli Palek, another bright spot for Marikina. Her second consecutive trip dito sa ating service line. Oh! 1-2 play. Good awareness by Domasig.
That's correct. Good awareness. Right timing. Kasi it's one of those days na hindi din natin masyadong nakikita si Domasig na mag 1-2 plays. So ngayon, hindi talaga siya nababantayan ng depensa ng Marikina.
And she leads Binyan now to set point. There you have it, Pons. Mga kaliga, it is Binyan taking set number 2.
With that was a high first ball. Lero tried to set that, but it was already on the side of Binyan, and Punzalan capitalized on that to seal the second set.
25-16 naging tala natin sa set number 2. Set number 3 dito sa ating pagbabalik. 25-16, 25-16. Very identical both sets natin dito between Binyan and Marikina. Pons, tignan natin ang highlights dito sa set number 2.
Set number 2, more second stringers stepping up for the side of Binyan, whereas for Marikina, the same names, Dagarat and Lenguaje, contributing to their cause. But the score 25-16, 25-16 is already a better outing for Marikina because in the first game, they only scored 12 and 8 respectively in the first 2 sets. But this time, ang mas maraming error is yung Binyan. So they actually helped Marikina a lot in this set. But the 6 blocks from Binyan is definitely the best statistic in this table. Really showing the capabilities of the net defense of Binyan to read the attacks of Marikina.
Yeah, so it's Ankisha Lero looking to lead and surge these Marikina Lady Shoemasters here in set number 3. Stay alive in this one as we open things up here inside the Dasmariñas Arena, the vibrant and colorful city of Dasmariñas, Cavite. Nico Aaron alongside Pons Galvez and Rhea Agas at courtside as we bring you our second match in our Sunday triple header.
This is the Kat Domasig that we know, a very offensive-minded setter with a quick dump in that first point of the set.
A lot of standouts dito. If you are Coach Obet Pons, matutuwa ka sa Binyan. A lot of players stepping up in this match.
This time for Marikina, what worked was yung patience. Nabablock sila ng tira-tira, but they were able to cover that up. And Lero just smartly pushing that ball.
Bridget Martinez back at the service line. Good to see her back in action. Just an error there though. If you're Marikina, Pons, how do you want to approach itong set number 3, knowing na if you steal this one, you stay alive?
I think for Marikina, very crucial yung simula nila. In the past 2 sets, hinayaan nilang mag-build ng lamang yung Binyan. But this time, if they start better, baka mas magka-composure sila to go toe-to-toe with Binyan hanggang dulo ng set.
Yun nga, no? That has been the challenge for these young Marikina Lady Shoemasters. But they've responded valiantly. And humingi sila ng touch doon. Oh, but the referee gives it to Binyan.
Team captain Bridget Martinez
Oh.
talking with the referee. She has the right to do so. She's the
Yeah.
team captain. But I think, let's take a look at that.
Ayun.
The
Mukhang-
the first and second referees, mag-uusap sila.
Yung convincing powers nito ni Bridget Martinez Pons na paisipang referee natin doon. As our fans also in attendance behind our referees, kumakaway-kaway, all of our beautiful spectators.
Team captains being summoned.
Yeah, really fighting for that point.
The point is now awarded to
Yes.
Marikina. They were successful.
Coach Revi Pioquinto appreciating the effort. These girls are showing talagang every point lumalaban itong Marikina Pons.
Yes, every point counts talaga.
And you gotta appreciate the effort there. They earned that one. It is now 2-all. Good block. Back-to-back points for the Lady Shoemasters.
Error for Binyan. I think this is the first time that Marikina has tasted the lead in this game. A momentum boost, a confidence boost definitely for this team. We should capitalize on this. They want to extend the match.
At alam natin, Pons, no, itong Marikina, no, when they have momentum, they can be a scary team. Playing with a lot of confidence. And speaking of, their third consecutive point.
Binyan giving away a few points. You do not want to be complacent. You want to end this in a sweep. Because as we mentioned, they're currently at third place, but it's still not a safe position.
Yeah.
Every point counts, every set counts.
Can Marikina build on that? Service ace. What a start for Bal Medina and the Lady Shoemasters.
While Medina has really shown that she could serve up a good float serve. Yung mga float serve na yan, bigla na lang bumababa. Kaya mahirap basahin.
Eloisa Bal Medina now with 4 big points. Also stepping up for the Lady Shoemasters, wanting to help their charge here in set number 3. Lero, oh, medyo kinulang lang si Dagarat doon.
That was an error. They tried to execute a double quick play. And also looking at the 6 on the floor for Marikina, I think Dagarat is now playing as an opposite. Whereas Bridget Martinez is back in her natural position as an outside hitter. And Lenguaje is also an outside hitter right now.
She's been dangerous from that spot. They go to Dagarat this time. Oh, solid hit from Segovia.
Segovia was also named the Queen of the Court before. It's because of that. A very consistent middle attacker.
Samantha Tira-Tira, isa rin sa mga leaders nitong Binyan with 5 points now. Well-balanced attack for the Lady Chiefs. Kaya naman, nakabalik sila dito sa set 3. It is now at 5-all.
What happened here? That was a solid block. Courtesy of Segovia again.
Dagarat. Oh, right through the blockers. They choose Lenguaje this time. Good variety of attacks. Lia Lenguaje.
Smartly, just tossing that ball in the free area. You don't have to spike everything. It also pays to be smart.
Celine Dagarat, the counterpart of Lenguaje now with 6 big points. So it's been her, Lenguaje, Martinez, really showing their might for Marikina And Coach Revi Pio Quinto on your screens.
She's shouting, bawi, bawi.
Service ace din. Mula dito sa Binyan, it is number 18, Servidad.
Servidad with her second ace of the game. Playing opposite today. Also a good float serve and right to the middle of Concepcion and Martinez. But this time, she commits an error, just negating the point that she had a while ago.
Leah Lenguaje now back at the service line. She has been solid for Marikina. 9 points for her in this match. Looking to add on to that. Good dig. Oh, good save by Marikina. Good rally so far. We go to Martinez. Free ball. Lero chooses Martinez again. Try the 1-2. Good rally. Ball stays alive. Lero back to Martinez. Good block. They try it again. But Laika Tudlasan says, allow me to put the exclamation point on that.
Tudlasan only needed one touch to score the point, even if she is from the back row, ending that very, very long rally.
Ooh. And that leads us to our first technical timeout.
You are still watching the 2025 MPVA live here at Dasmariñas City, Cavite, and I am Rhea Ragas reporting courtside. During that second set huddle, Coach Ravi asked the girls kung kilala nga ba nila si Tinkerbell or Peter Pan, and she reminded them of that story na thinking of happy thoughts helps you fly. Kaya she encouraged them to think of happy thoughts para tumaas ang endorphins nila. Of course, for Coach Revi, maging malaking tulong ito para sa team to showcase what they are truly capable of and mailabas ang kanilang tulay na laro. Despite being down 2 sets, she still wanted them to focus on the joy of playing and the camaraderie that makes the game worth playing for. Now back to you guys.
Important. It's also very evident sa mga timeouts na naririnig natin. Just positive thinking and not really putting so much pressure on her girls. So we see Balmedina. Lero sets up to Martinez. Down the line, kill. And Segovia unable to keep that ball alive. Not really in the proper position to put that ball up. That's what they need. Martinez now in her original position as an outside hitter. Setting up, the libero, Dagarat just gives up a free ball. Domasig, Tudlasan, Doug. Martinez again. Doug well. Paunahan mag-error. Both these aces, Martinez and Tudlasan. But this time it was Tudlasan who had too strong of an attack. So Marikina is really doing a good job maintaining this lead. Currently lead 10 points to 9.
It is a 1-point advantage for the Shoemasters, able to keep up here. But Binyan ties it at 10 apiece. Sam Tira-Tira. Grabe, yung threat niya po at that front row.
Sam Tira-Tira has made a living today sa mga blocks niya. Couple of blocks already. It's really hard to penetrate.
if you're Marikina Ponson, how do you make that adjustment? Yung knowing that you have like Sam Tira-Tira at that front row, how do you adjust your shots in a way na para hindi niya makuha?
I think as a setter, pwedeng mas ilayo mo yung bola sa net para may opportunity yung players mo mamili ng angles. But also at the same time, kailangan i-activate mo rin yung side, yung wing attackers mo from the outside and the opposite para medyo mahirapan naman si Tira-Tira magbasa ng bola.
But so far, it has been Binyan with the lead here. Ganda ng start ng Marikina. Pero nakasagot agad ang Binyan. They have a 2-point advantage. 12 serving 10.
Si Tira-Tira, ilan na kaya blocks?
Oh, that is just sharp but too strong.
Everything but the point for
Oh.
Tudlasan.
Yep.
A couple of outside balls from her.
Point will go to Marikina there. Palek off the fingers. Tudlasan, different shot. Sarte. They give a free ball. Oh, Balmedina meeting Tira-Tira at that one. But it has been Servidad and she puts that away. To the delight of our fans. And that was this game's community camp powered by pusupi.com. Your community. Join now. And happy Sunday sa ating mga kaliga dito. Hope you are enjoying our MPVA action kung saan man kayo ngayon. But if you're near the venue, then come on over as we have another match between Dasmariñas and Negros right after this one. So far, it's been like a Tudlasan.
Really known for her, jump serve. This time, great placement shot. Martinez unable to keep that up.
Yan, napa-timeout dito si head coach Revi Pioquinto. Let's listen in.
Nagpamigay tayo ng puntos dahil sa error natin. Isa-isa lang, dahan-dahan.
Yep, just straight, simple reminders from head coach Revi Pioquinto. Lessen the errors and you gotta appreciate those reminders. Isa-isa lang, dahan-dahan, 1 point at a time, and that's how you gotta approach it if you're Marikina, because it's only a 3-point game, but it's been like a Tudlasan with 6 big points for the number 3 ranked Binyan. Really the steady force for the Lady Chiefs. Oh, good attack there. Balmedina finds the blank space and she makes him pay.
That's one way. That's a successful attempt on, defeating or outsmarting the Tira-Tira block. Just work on your angles, and that's what Balmedina did.
Balmedina now at the service line. Lumalaban ang Marikina dito, Pons. It's only a 2-point game. Good serve. An ace for Balmedina.
Balmedina tallied already a couple of aces today. Really the best server for Marikina in this game.
Balmedina, another bright spot for Coach Revi Pioquinto. 6 points already for Eloisa Balmedina. You gotta appreciate the effort there, and it's 3 consecutive points. And Marikina is clawing back here in set number 3.
It's amazing to really see these players step up, because in their last game, as we enumerated a while ago, Martinez had 6 points, Balmedina had 4, Chopitea and Lenguay had 2 apiece. Those are the only scorers in their previous, in their round 1 match against Binyan. But this time, the Marikina players are much more productive when it comes to their scoring output.
Yung response as Servidad scores on that one. And that was a power spike presented by Smart Power. All 99 load now. Crisanta Servidad. That strong attack for Binyan. Good dig. Free ball. Sarte. Oh, it's those twin towers. Segovia and Helaga.
That set was a little bit close to the net, like we mentioned kanina. You have to give your spikers the opportunity to play with their angles.
And the second technical timeout of the set. You can catch all the games live and free exclusively on pusupi.com. Your game, your community. Join now. That is powered by Smart, the official telco partner of the MPVA. And special thanks to our media partner, Smart Sports and Puso Pilipinas. And it is a beautiful Sunday afternoon mula dito sa Dasmariñas, Cavite. And the action here inside the Dasmariñas Arena, as you have Samantha Tira-Tira with 6 big points now para dito sa Binyan, as they have a 3-point advantage. Good joust at the net. It is Crisanta Servidad who wins that one.
Servidad really maximizing her stint in the front row. A lot of attacks. Also had a block a while ago. Patuloy lang yung Binyan dun sa consistent yung pressure na binibigay nila sa net defense from the second set.
4-point game. And that becomes a 5-point game after that error.
Dagarat finding it hard to really convert right now. Maybe nahirapan siya sa transition from being an outside hitter from the first and second sets to an opposite spiker here in the third set.
Samantha Tira-Tira with the serve. Oh, beautiful cross-court hit.
That was Gelaga. Kanina, nagbigay rin siya ng malakas na left-handed spike. This time, from the left side naman. And going towards zone number 5.
Jasmine Gelaga contributing points as well for Binyan. Lero chooses Dagarat. But it's been those twin towers of Segovia and Gelaga at the net.
Kanina, na-cover yung unang block. But this time, there was no one to cover that ball. And coaches would really want to say, anong kasunod pag na-block ka? Yes, dapat may coverage.
Speaking of coach, let's listen in to Marikina's timeout.
Mawawala yung satisfaction natin. Kailangan madikitan pa natin yan. Okay? Tara! Effort pa!
You gotta love what Coach Revy mentioned there, Pons. Just have satisfaction in your game, and not putting much pressure on these young girls, but reminding them to still play hard.
Yes, of course. We're actually not even sure about their goal today. Maybe ang goal lang nila is to score more than they did in the last game. And they definitely already surpassed their round 1 output. But coach, of course, sabi nga kanina sa report, happy thoughts. And I think that's the philosophy of coach, just to really see her players enjoy the game.
And, speaking of coaches, Pons, every time na nakakausap ko sina Coach Revy, Coach Andy Fiel of Marikina, it's the goal for them talaga all throughout these seasons has been to be able to develop the volleyball nitong Marikina Lady Shoe Masters. Halos lahat to mga homegrown, grassroots. So for them, it's about just that long-term goal nila para sa girls. They know bata po tong mga to, but they know they have a lot of potential to showcase. Kaya tuwa si Coach Revy dito sa team na to.
That's correct. Hindi lang naman yung win-loss record or yung awards ang kailangan mong habulin na sa team, but also yung growth and yung cohesion ng team mo on how they enjoy the presence of each other.
And it's games like these that hone them. And so far, it is the number 3 ranked Binyan with a commanding lead.
Palek this time outsmarting the defense of Binyan. Soft tip.
Kaya ang Binyan naman dito ang napa-time out. Coach Obet Garcia wants to talk things through. Let's listen in.
Di porket labang kayo, ganun lang ang gagawin yung hindi naman pinalo na malakas nilagay na nga lang Siguro naman kahit elementary, kaya kunin nyo kung nakaready ka.
What did you pick up from that timeout, Pons?
Yung pinapakalma lang niya yung girls, they're just 4 points away from getting the match, and just simple instructions ang binigay ni coach sa kanyang players.
Yeah, wanting them to finish strong for Binyan. Lero. Marikina trying to get back in this one. Spirit of charge. But it's been shots like that by Binyan that have kept them afloat.
Gelaga in her small frame, generating a lot of power. Good angle. Good target yung outer hand ni Palek para tumalsik yung bola.
3 points away. Set point. Tong Binyan. And a lot of standouts in this match for the number 3 ranked team in our league. Sheena Cafe gets that one through. Good dig there. Oh! And Chaneli Palek, she's pumped from that one.
Chaneli Palek, great showing in the third set. I believe she was scoreless in the first 2 sets despite multiple attempts. But this time, you know, she's sky high when it comes to her confidence.
Positive energy pa rin, Pons, yung pinapakita ng Marikina. You gotta appreciate that. And they're just enjoying themselves here. Trying to fight back. Oh, miscue lang doon.
That set was the players were unsure as to who Lero was setting for. That was a huge momentum breaker for Marikina kasi lumalapit na ulit sila
Point there will go for Marikina. Service error. Rare one for Binyan.
Binyan just 2 points from closing this match.
As Shanali Palek also had a stellar game so far for Marikina. Lero chooses Martinez. Tudlasan, good block by Balmedina. Joust at the net. Lero goes to Balmedina this time, and that is good. That connects.
Balmedina returns to the front row and reintroduces herself right away. 4 points in this set, 2 from aces and 2 from attacks. Great. That was a high set, not the usual quick set we see from middles. But Balmedina is capitalizing on that.
And look at that, Pons. Marikina's at the 20-point mark, but that error brings Binyan to set point.
That
match point, rather.
One of the most costly errors of the game, giving your opponent the match point.
Precious Cruz checks in for Marikina. Looking to give them that one spark they need if they want to stay alive. Cafe. Oh. A little miscue there.
Marikina still alive thanks to that error from Binyan, but you have to play perfect volleyball para ma-itay itong game na to and extend it with the deuce. Domasig, the main setter for Binyan, now back in.
And we are at match point. Kishalero and the Marikina Lady Shoemasters fighting to stay alive. They want to get back in the win column, but Binyan now a point away from preventing them from doing so. Good block. Good pick up by Lero. They choose Bridget. Oh, good block point for Marikina.
That was a long rally brewing.
And the timeout here for Marikina. They could smell it, Pons. Kaya pa nila dito.
Dagarat with a good block right there,
Oo.
keeping her team alive.
And, you know, from the timeout, Coach Revy here sensing Pons. I mean, match point ang Binyan. Pero sabi niya, you know, they're still in this one.
Yes, and we can see Marikina also playing really well in this third set. Very confident, you know, all smiles. Take a look at that. Bridget Martinez still smiling. Parang hindi sila pressured to, you know, play perfect in the next couple of points. Let's see.
Will Marikina live to fight another set? But Samantha Tira says, let me put this one away.
Tira started this game with a couple of emphatic points. Take a look at that. A quick attack ends it all for Marikina.
And 25-22 here in set number 3. Marikina Lady Shoemaster showing good fight, but it is the number 3 ranked Binyan Lady Chiefs triumphant in this straight sets victory for them, staying sharp and solidifying their number 3 spot.
This was a match that Binyan really needed to win, you know, in order to ensure that they have a good placement in the Final Four. And they did deliver. But for the side of Marikina, I think they should really be proud of this game. If we're gonna make a direct comparison from the round 1 match and this match, mas maganda yung nilaro ng Marikina today,
Yes,
as compared to how they did in the first round. So, all smiles still for the team.
25-16, 25-16, 25-22. Yan po after 3 sets of action. Post-game interviews and more sa ating pagbabalik.